Hello and welcome back to F1 22 Driver Career Mode. My name is Chris and we've been hit with some surprising news. Kind of surprising. Sebastian Vettel is going to be retiring at the end of this season. That should mix things up a bit into the next season because, of course, 2 episodes ago we announced we're going to be moving to Audi when they take over Alfa Romeo Sauber next season, and now Vettel's going to be leaving Aston Martin. So, not Aston Martin. He already left Aston Martin. He's going to be leaving AlphaTauri. So that should open things up as we move into Season 3. But back to the current season, we are leading the championship by a healthy 17 points. After the win we got in Singapore, it's opened the gap up just a little bit. Ocon's found himself edging towards the fight. I don't think he's going to be able to close it enough. There's only 3 rounds to go now, so still all to play for. It could still swing in Max's favour. It could still swing in Checo's favour as well. He's only 8 points behind Max, so yeah, strong fight coming from Red Bull. But I think we've got what it takes. If we can just have a good race, a good few races, we can win this. Good news: ultimate weight redistribution upgrade that should be coming in time for next couple of races. That'll be good. In the meantime, though, it's qualifying. Round Japan. It's a fun track. Last season we had bad luck round here. We had an engine failure after 6 laps when we were fighting our way through the field. We were doing pretty well on the soft tyre, and engine went pop. So fingers crossed that won't happen again as we go fastest in Q1. Going again, because why not? We want to improve. Bit of a wobble. And getting on the power. 130R up next. Should stay flat, should hopefully gain a little bit of time if we get the line right. Losing a bit of time actually. Late on the brakes into the final chicane. That's a little bit deep. What can we do as we run up to the line? Only a 2/10 improvement so far. This is only Q1 though. It doesn't really matter. We are sitting in 4th place up to P3. And should be comfortably through to Q2. There we go, 3rd place. I don't think we needed to run twice, if I'm being honest. We've got a grid penalty, and I don't remember why. I imagine we took an engine component. I couldn't tell you why. I should have prepared better for this, and I should know why, but yeah, we've got a 5-place grid penalty. I can only imagine we took an engine component for some reason. Is what it is, I suppose. Into Q2 we go. That's probably why we're pushing so hard. So this is a used set of tyres, I think. No, this is a brand new set of tyres. It's also audio up. So I'm going to be quiet and let you enjoy this lap of Suzuka. Good lap. 1.1 seconds improvement. I don't know what we did on the first lap. We must have really screwed it up. But as we come across the line, up into P3, only a 10th off Ocon as well, which is pretty good. We do get knocked down to P7 though, so that's not quite comfortable enough to get us into Q3. We're going to go again. And what can we do as we come into the final corner? We've improved by half a second already. Hopefully we can bump that up a little bit more and really cement our position. We come across the line. What was that? I didn't quite see that. P2, P2, we'll take that. That's yeah, we're looking good. P2 is good. Only a 10th off Pierre Gasly, who tops Q2. Fernando Alonso out though in the Haas. I suppose it's not super surprising. We do sometimes see him get through to Q3 though. Charles Leclerc though in P7, he's going well around here in that Alfa Romeo. I don't know if that really deserves to be up there, but Charles just has the pace, I guess. Into Q3 we go then. What can we do? Can we get in the fight for pole position? I reckon we can. I think we've got a chance here. Looking tidy-ish so far. Up to the line. Well, up to the chicane first and then up to the line. What's it going to be? Hopefully not P10. P6. That'll drop us down to P11 with the grid penalty. And unfortunately P6 is all we could do. So P6 is going to be official qualifying result, but of course we have the 5 place grid penalty and we're going to drop down to P11. So we're going to have some work to do tomorrow. We might have to go ballsy on the strategy again like we did last season, and fingers crossed that our engine does not decide that we are not in the race anymore. But we'll see. So we had a penalty for something. I don't remember what. But we are going to put in some new components and we're going to go from the back. We might as well. We were starting P11, which is not a bad place to start, but we may as well get this out of the way now.
Welcome along then to the magnificent Suzuka International Circuit, a stone's throw away from Issa Bay in the beautiful Japanese countryside. What surprises lie in wait for us today at the Japanese Grand Prix? We're southwest of the city of Nagoya today at the unique figure-of-8 Suzuka circuit. 3.6 miles and 18 corners make up a lap here, with average speeds approaching 136 miles per hour. DRS will be available, of course, into the potential passing opportunity at turn 1, although the best place for overtaking will be through 130R and into the final chicane. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Perez, Esteban Ocon, and Fernando Alonso. Gasly, Magnussen, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Norris and Sebastian Vettel, they've taken a grid penalty. Mick Schumacher, Stroll, George Russell and Schwartzman. Latifi, Leclerc, Yuki Tsunoda, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Carlos Sainz, Albon and Marshall. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Okay, how was that pull away? You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well.
Well, seems like half the grid has got penalties, but of course we've got lows because we took a new of each component, and the AI don't really tend to do that. They tend to take single components. So all the way at the back for us, just messing around with the strategy. We're obviously starting on the hard tyre, thinking about going hard to soft, whereas I believe last time out we were going to do soft to medium. So we're going to try and go long. It seems to work better in this game, and we're going to jump on the softs at the end. So here we go. 5 red lights on, and we're underway for the Japanese Grand Prix in Season 2 from the back of the grid. What can we do? Not the best start. We are a long way off, as Alex Albon just ahead of us in the Williams. We're going to dive up the inside. Stroll getting a bit close to somebody in P14, but Alex Albon round the outside. Up front, Max Verstappen, our championship rival. Not what I wanted to see. I was hoping he was going to take some penalties here, but he's not going to do that. And Lewis Hamilton very close behind. Daniel Ricciardo in 3rd place. Daniel Ricciardo seems to be on form at the moment and finding himself in the podium positions. Sergio Perez just behind, and Esteban Ocon coming up in 5th, just behind Checo. Fernando Alonso, even though he got knocked out in Q2, finds himself all the way up in P6, which is a great start for him. And I'm sure he'll make the most of it. What's happening here? Lando Norris absolutely sending it on Kevin Magnussen and almost takes out his teammate Pierre Gasly. What's happening here? Tsunoda's getting a bit brave and tries to go down the inside of Latifi. Hasn't quite done that on this occasion, and Latifi will keep that spot, but he's going to go for it again as we head up into 130R on the first lap. Is he going to do it? We go super wide, and we might just send it up the inside on both of them here into the final corner. We do that. Need to be a bit wary of Latifi and his lack of mirror usage, but we come out unscathed, just behind Latifi, ahead of Tsunoda, and we're going to have the overspeed here. It's not even going to be a competition. And as we head into turn 1, we're up into P17. So I think if we can
brilliant, nice move. Keep going.
Keep our cool, we can make some moves here. Leclerc up next, having taken a grid penalty. He qualified in P7, I think, and yeah, all the way down to P16 or 17 to start the race. So he'll struggle, I think, to make up too many positions, but he is going to have a go at Schwartzman, his teammate. We've got purple through sector 2, so we should be on for possibly a fastest lap here. We're going to send it up the inside. We have a look on the outside. We have gone up the inside. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think we made contact, but we have come out ahead of Leclerc there, so we'll take that.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Up into P16, DRS enabled, of course, on lap 3. Schwartzman is up next. I don't think that'll be too difficult to deal with.
Okay, the car behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap starting to form.
Good stuff. Hard's starting to warm up nicely now. And of course, we should be able to go pretty long on these hard tyres. You'd hope so. Is Schwartzman around the outside, maybe? Maybe not, maybe. Thinking about it. We do get a better exit though, so we should be able to go round him here on the way into Spoon. Lovely. We'll take that. Round we go. Up into P15. We're making good progress here. We could be on for a very, very good result if we can make these tyres last. Stroll up ahead on softs. I would imagine he'll be doing a 2-stop, which probably I wouldn't recommend, but each to their own. We've got a nice little gaggle of cars here. Russell just up ahead in P13, Schumacher just ahead of him. We should be able to dispatch these pretty quickly. We've got the speed, we know we've got a better car than most of them, so what can we do into turn 1? We're going to have a go at Stroll. No, not quite close enough on this occasion. Schumacher seems to be going a little bit slow. I wonder if he's got some sort of problem. He's in the Haas, I suppose. But they've been generally pretty quick this season. So round the outside of Stroll, down the inside, into the hairpin, and that's going to leave us up in P14. That was a good move. We take that. George Russell up next, and Schumacher after that. So cutting our way through nicely. I think come pit stop time, we get a bit of clean air, we should be able to make up some positions. Look at Max though, look on the mini-map. Max is absolutely running away with this. And so it's going to be damage limitations, I think, with the grid penalties, but we should be in a better position for the latter races. So we've got this race and 2 more to go, Mexico and Brazil. Brazil being a sprint round, it's going to end the championship. So yeah, we should be in a good place with the new components we've got, hopefully. And I would imagine at least one of those races, Max will take a penalty. Sailing past George Russell, maybe having a go at Schumacher. Not quite. Just defending that position from Russell as he tries to go around the outside into turn 1, but it's not happening. And Schumacher is up next. On to lap 5. Are we going to get Schumacher here? I think we might. This is a bold place to overtake, down the inside. And we're ahead of Mick Schumacher, but we have to give it back. We've gone off the track, and we have to give the place back. So now we are not ahead. There's a yellow flag up there. I wonder what's happened here.
Okay, be aware.
Into
the next part of the track
just hang back. Who's that going slowly? Lando Norris, and because we took avoiding action, George Russell sailed past like we weren't under yellow flags.
Okay, some information on Norris. Okay, it looks like the problem's terminal. They're retiring the car.
Excuse me.
Critical. Find somewhere to retire as soon as possible. We can't risk you carrying on with this race, I'm afraid. Okay, this is serious.
This is not real life.
We need you to retire as soon as possible.
I mean, it's not real life, which is good. But another engine failure in Japan. The safety car's been deployed. I mean...
Okay, watch your pace. We've been informed the safety car is out. There appears to have been an issue with multiple...
Yeah, I'm not in the race anymore, mate. It doesn't matter. We can't catch a break round this track. How many laps was that? 5? Gutted. Absolutely gutted.
That's it then for another fantastic Grand Prix here in Japan. A brilliant victory that has thoroughly earned the applause of the sellout crowd here today. And talk to me. What do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
I think the key here was just the quality of the racecraft, you know? I mean, how many overtakes did they make overall? I'm sure we have a stat person keeping score somewhere, and it's fantastic to watch, wasn't it? This is a strategic sport at the end of the day, but it's always really gratifying to see close-fought battles on track. It's what all the fans are after.
It looks like it's time once again to hand out the silverware as the successful drivers make their way to the podium. It was a gritty performance today by Williams, and they've got the race win to prove it.
I wish we could watch the replay when we retire, because I want to know how Alex Albon in a Williams won that race. He was in P19 at the start, and he's beaten Max. Oh, Max? Max is gone. Where's Max? Oh, I have even more questions now. Checo on the podium. Lewis on the podium. Where's Max? He was winning. 4th. I have so many questions about this race. How did Albon get all the way up to P1, but nobody else has really shuffled around? That's wild. Either way, GG's. Williams get themselves a race win in this season of Formula 1, and that's not happened for a very long time. So, wow. What a crazy race that was. We DNF'd, of course, as you saw, with an engine failure. Another one in Japan. Lando Norris having the same issue. It was unfortunate. We do still lead. We've got 2 more rounds to go. It's only a 4-point gap now. Only 10 points to Checo. It's going to be tight. This is going to go down to the last race, I think. Next time out, Mexico. Another one where last season we had an engine failure. Fingers crossed we don't have the same fate this time around, and we can claw back some points and hopefully get ourselves in a good spot to wrap up the championship in Brazil, but we'll see. 2 more rounds to go, the championship all to play for. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like, leave us a little comment, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you for the next one.